The total number of people with jobs rose by 26,200 in the month, the Australian Bureau of Statistics said, which was better than expectations of a rise of 10,000. While full-time employment fell by 45,400 jobs, the number of part-time jobs was up by 71,600. The participation rate, which refers to the number of people either employed or actively looking for work, was flat at 64.9%. The unemployment rate was 5.8% in June. Economists had expected just 10,000 new jobs and an unemployment rate of 5.8%. But wage growth in Australia still remains at record lows and is likely to remain sluggish. The wage price index for total rates of pay excluding bonuses rose 0.5% in the June quarter, the third straight increase of that size. According to seasonally adjusted figures from the ABS, the index rose just 2.1% in the year, equaling the slowest rise since records began in 1997. Both private and public sector wage prices have now leveled out, meaning there's not much hope for a lift in wages this year. Royal Bank of Canada analyst Michael Turner said, "There are reasons to think that downward pressure on wage inflation will remain," he said. Firstly, the rate of labor force underutilization remains high, which will continue to dampen any wage pressure. Secondly, headline inflation has fallen further, which creates a low starting point for a lot of wage claims and will also weigh on inflation expectations. Commonwealth Bank of Australia senior economist John Peters said workers' pursuit of higher wages had been toned down ever since a rise in unemployment to 6.4%, a 13-year high, in January 2015. A key reason behind this could be that the much more flexible labour market in recent years has enabled companies to bear down on wages growth in a relatively lacklustre jobs market, with workers possessing little real negotiating clout. He said in a note, "In a period of jobs market torpor, employees tend to cop it sweet and accept lower wages in return for heightened job security." Changes to the minimum wage only just kicked in on July 1, giving Australia's lowest paid workers a 2.4% wage rise. This means workers now get $672.70 per week, or $17.70 per hour, which affects more than 1.86 million employees. Economists said the wage figures were unlikely to further dampen the Reserve Bank's forecasts for consumer prices, which are already well below its 2 to 3% target band, so another interest rate cut was unlikely. Despite this, markets are bracing themselves for a chance of another rate cut by May 2017. News.com. Our privacy policy includes important information about our collection, use and disclosure of your personal information, including to provide you with targeted content and advertising based on your online activities. It explains that if you do not provide us with information we have requested from you, we may not be able to provide you with the goods and services you require. It also explains how you can access or seek correction of your personal information, how you can complain about a breach of the Australian privacy principles, and how we will deal with a complaint of that nature.